Hello! So, this week the Sarcaschicks themes have been about makeup and the Hunger Games. I'm already reading 2 books and I have yet to read the Hunger Games, so I thought I'd talk about makeup. It seems like many of us obsess about makeup. Should we wear it? What are we supposed to wear? Is that person wearing too much? Is that person wearing too little? Etc, etc, etc. So, I wanted to add my input and my take on makeup. Lots of people wear makeup to have more self-confidence, or they think that they look prettier, various reasons like that. To me, makeup is not about that. Makeup is just about putting color on my face. If you haven't noticed already, I adore color. So, makeup gives me an opportunity to add even more color to my general wardrobe-ness. So, both Lex and Kayley have made channels recently about beauty. And I know I talked about it previously, so I decided, alright, I'll give a few tips and tricks about makeup. I know a couple of people have asked about my makeup already, so I'll sort of cave in and do a tutorial. But seriously, I can't draw or do any straight lines to save my life. Also, to me, makeup does not have to be expensive whatsoever. I've heard a few videos on YouTube of beauty gurus saying that you need concealer, you need foundation, you need blah 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 as your starter kit. But for me, that is not the case whatsoever. The only things that I think are essential for makeup, the only 2 things that I think are essential for makeup are 1, a color palette for your eyes, and 2, something to put on your lips. And talking about inexpensive stuff, instead of buying all those different other products, especially if you're just starting out or just like to have it every so often, this brand, e.l.f, is seriously amazing. I think that almost all of their products are $1, and if you're in the US, and I think they have these in the UK, it's amazing, seriously. I also found other e.l.f products just really randomly in Winners in Canada, and this is only $5. To me, drugstores are all you need for makeup. And if you're only looking to have a couple of palettes, I think this is almost a perfect example. What I always look for when I'm looking for a palette is, of course, interesting colors, but as well, colors that sort of match together. Like that bluish color and that purple color, they really work well together. You can blend them in and it's really nice. And then also having a lighter color that sort of pops is a really nice complement to it. But I've had another 4-pack like this from another brand. I can't find it at the moment, but there will be a picture. I found that 3 of the colors work really well together. The green, the blue, and then the light green. But then there was an orange in that palette, which was sort of a waste because it doesn't really match with the rest of the tones. So be aware for that if you're thinking of getting either a 3-color or a 4-color palette, because sometimes that 1 extra color is not really worth it for the extra money. Anyway, back to this palette. Another thing that I really like about this palette is that there's white, and I think any other light color like white, I had one with blue, as most makeup people say, to put something in your crease and around your eyebrow. You could get something like this with blue and green, or like blue and purple, or whatever color palette that you think works well. And when it comes to your lips, I used to only use lip gloss for the longest time, and I think that's fine. Depends on what you want. I know I love color, so I have this sort of extreme colored lipstick, but you can really take anything. If you really like your colorful eyes, then you do not need that much for your lips, or vice versa, as I always say for general rule. Now I'll show you with this palette how I do almost all of my eyes. It's super easy. I couldn't think of an easier way, really. So I started off with the lightest color. In my case, it's the pink color, and I applied it all over the eye. On a side note, another great thing that I found about inexpensive makeup is that almost all of it is not tested on animals. Next, you take the mid-toned color, in my case purple, and you apply that halfway point to the eye. And you only need to apply it in that little middle section, but it's nice to add it fully on the eye. It also helps to blend it in and add with that gradient. Finally, you put the darkest shade at the corner of your eye. You can make it a rounded tip or a pointed tip, whatever you like. As you can see, probably, putting on makeup for me can be messy, but I don't worry about that. I just take a Q-tip and some water once I'm done, or just take a brush and just smudge it in. If you're looking for a more polished look, then you might not need this step, but I automatically add whatever excess color is left on my brush just underneath the eye. Because of that color, I find that I don't need to use eyeliner as well at the bottom. Then finally, just add the white underneath your eyebrow and at the corner of your eye, and you're done. For a look like this, I don't find that I need mascara, but if throughout the day you're prone to rub your eyes, like I usually am, I like to add the mascara just as sort of a guard so that I realize that I have makeup on. But if you do have lighter eyelashes, it's usually a good idea to wear mascara. So these are a few that I have. I just showed you the black one, just any typical one. I also have this really cool mascara. It says that it's supposed to be purple tinted, but I just find that it's a natural colored brown and it just adds more shape and more curl to your eyelashes. Another alternative with basically the same results is this transparent mascara, which I find is also great to use to shape eyebrows. So here's the final look. I kind of retouched it a little bit off camera, but as you can see, it's super colorful and super fun. If you have any other questions or comments, want me to do a tutorial again, go ahead and ask them in the bottom and I'll be sure to respond. DFTBA. See you next time.